The following program was produced at the media facilities of the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication.
He's a great chair and a great trustee and a great graduate.
He has all the attributes that you would want, well, not just as a board member, but as a friend, as a person.
Clearly, he's a role model for students, a role model for others.
He has a humanness about him that I think sometimes goes undiscovered.
He is one of the most insightful and dedicated people I've ever met.
Because of this scholarship, I can really pursue my transition from marketing to finance in a much quicker fashion.
The light bulb went on. This was a very special person. The thing that's so tremendous about Alan is not only is he an incredibly successful businessman, but he is so proud that he went to Hofstra.
He cares about the institution deeply, and he cares enough to understand the issues, to work with Stuart, and the two of them make a great team. He's very smart, he's good with people, and a very good leader. And he's done whatever he can do at any given time to help advance Hofstra, and for that he's admired.
Next to the founders of our organization, he's the most important person in the history, which is almost 100 years, of Jewish Big Brothers and Big Sisters. I've never met anyone who is more willing to roll up his sleeves and do what's required to help our mission.
He is a very key person in this country responsible for saving this fantastic heritage, is helping thousands of children every year. I think it's just a reflection of Alan's values and how much he respects and appreciates every young person and the potential that they have to do great things in this country.
For me, there's people that come into your life that leave an everlasting impression, and Alan is one of those for me. One of the things that I learned early on from Alan was virtually everything I know about philanthropy today and what motivates individuals and why people want to support causes that are personal to them, and I'll forever be grateful to Alan for that.
Alan spent 9 years as a member of the Dean College Board in times for Dean that were perhaps difficult at best, in a time when Dean College needed the friendship, but most importantly, the compassion and the thoughtfulness of a young man who believed in what we were doing. It was never and is never about Alan Bernon. It is always about the cause. It is always about the people that he can truly make a difference in their lives for.
Alan Bernon and his wife Carol don't put their names on almost anything.
Because of his efforts, we are now on this trajectory for growth. If you had talked with him, you'd never know that. He'd never say it. You'd never be able to pull it out of him.
I've known Alan Bernon for over 40 years. He was a student in my Economics 180 class. President Rabinowitz called and said, Alan really wanted to honor you and your service to the university, and he has decided to name the Chemistry, Physics, Astronomy building on your behalf. I was speechless. It says volumes by him doing it. It doesn't at that point require an explanation. Alan was instrumental in strengthening our day MBA program by providing the scholarship support necessary to attract top students. That made all the difference in the world in terms of the program.
I was in the sustainability industry, particularly in the solar section of that industry. I initially had a plan to go back to school in probably 5 years, but the scholarship made it much less financial burden for me to come back here at Hofstra, and for that I'm extremely grateful.
Having the scholarship gives me the opportunity to be here at the school that I love, and also gives me the opportunity not to stress out about money, so I can stress out about finals and stuff instead. I'm a graduate assistant for the Department of Recreation and Intramural Sports. I like to call myself a mascot or a lion tamer because I'm in charge of the mascots as well as pep band dance and cheer. Anyone who loves Hofstra as much as I do, I feel like there's a connection.
As Alan Bernon says, if you're going to do it, you better do it right. And so you want to give every opportunity to your students to reach their potential. And that's what this gala is all about. The main goal is to raise scholarship money for our endowment so that the university could fund more student scholarships. And to everybody who was present tonight, I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart, because all of the net proceeds will go to student scholarships. They need the help as the next generation, and Hofstra needs the help to continue its rise in reputation throughout the world.
Thank you, Alan, for everything you've meant to our community.
Thank you, Alan. You're the best.
Thank you, Mr. Bernon, for giving me this opportunity to study at Hofstra and for being such an active member of the Hofstra Pride.
Thank you, Alan. The first 40 years have been great. Let's try for another 40 years together.
Alan, you're the perfect alum, the best chair, and such a good friend. Thank you, Alan, for all you do for the university.